Hi teachers, so I want to do a quick down and dirty tutorial on GoGuardian so you have the information that you need for next week. I'm going to do two different videos. One is on creating classes and setup, and then I will be doing another one on how to actually use the software. That way you don't have this super long video file to try to look through. Keep in mind, on some things, my stuff will look just a hair different than yours because I have admin rights on a lot of things. However, GoGuardian is one of the ones I don't have admin access, so it'll look just like yours. All right, let's get started. So to start with, GoGuardian is on Launchpad. It looks like this right here. It should be the same login and username as you use for everything. If something weird were to happen and it doesn't, you need to put in a help desk ticket right away to get that squared away so you have an account. We don't need to wait till the day of because the district has to create those accounts. I can't create those accounts. You can't create those accounts. The district has to. But it should be already done for you. Once you log in, I already have my account made or set up, so mine's going to look a little different, but it'll walk you through the prompts. Right now, I have no active classrooms because I wanted to build a classroom with you today. Back when I was still in the classroom, had one for every period, and that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. So to create a classroom, we would come to Add Classroom. I'm going to call it my classroom name. I'm going to just make it example. You do pick a subject. I'm going to tell it other. You don't have to put a prescription. You can choose your color. I would suggest that for each period have a different color. That's completely up to you. You don't really have to worry about anything else. I'm going to tell it to add the classroom. And then it's going to ask me to add students. You can close this. You don't have to do this right now. But that's completely up to you. As you can see, there's 3 ways to set up a classroom. And let me go over the pros and cons. So the first option is to have your students enroll. I don't suggest this. I don't suggest this at all because kids type things wrong or they say, oh, I did it, and they didn't, and then you're scrambling the day of class because you can't add kids while you have an active session going. And here, Johnny is not showing up on the day of test day, and then you're having to end your session and add him in, which means your kids aren't being monitored. I really don't suggest this option. I don't. You can add individual kids. That is especially easy for when you have a new kid, or you can upload an SVV. So what that means, you can actually get that from Focus. Now, I went ahead and went straight to this screen because, again, mine looks different because I have admin rights. But where you go usually to add your class list, you would go to first period, second period, put in, you don't really even have to put in the first and last name. The biggest thing is to come down here to General, scroll down, and sometimes it'll hop right up at you, right here. General email address. And then we want to change from PDF, we want to go to CSV and then download. Matter of fact, you want only the email addresses, so we want to take everything out but the email address. Change that to CSV and then tell it download. And from there, you'll be able to download it and import it. But for this tutorial, because videos are not private, I don't want to put any of our students up there, so I'm not going to upload the CSV. So instead, I'm going to tell it add email, and I'm actually going to do one since I'm here at home in quarantine. Add another one. I'm actually going to use my children as guinea pigs. So as you can see, I just typed each individual email that, I don't have a CSV import. Again, that's easier for when the CSV is the best when you're trying to do a bunch of kids, like an entire class at once. If you're just trying to add one kid because you've got a new one, then by student email is the easiest. I'm going to add students, and there we are. And here on the side, you see sessions, students. You can add multiple teachers to a session, and then settings, which I wouldn't mess with at this time. So students, if I were to go back to students, I could click add classrooms, add students. If I go to classrooms, here on this left-hand side, you can see all the classes you would have. Click on the classroom that you want to work on, or to start a session, and go from there. I will do video 2 on how to run a session and some of the features that you have.